Hi everyone, what's up? For those who don't know me, my name is Dell. Welcome to my channel. And if you've been here for a while, welcome back. For those who are new here, I am in school for software development and I thought it would be cool to take you guys along with me while I study today. I have a lot of homework to do, so let's do a study with me vlog. I'm going to be working on homework for several hours. I'm going to take you guys along with me. I'll show you what I'm working on. I'll talk to you guys about it. I've got my precious MacBook with me where I'll be working on stuff. But the first thing I'm gonna do is I have my planner, and for my class called Software Architecture, it's a team-based class and me and my team are going to meet with each other at least 2 times a week. Tuesday evenings, Friday mornings, and then we're leaving Wednesday night and Thursday night after 7 p.m. available just in case we need to have an emergency meeting, in case any of us need help. So I like to stay organized. I like to be able to look at my planner and see, what I have to do for the day. So I'm gonna write down those meetings that we have scheduled, and I don't have a pen at my desk, so I'm gonna go get one. All right, I found a pen. So now that that's done, the first thing I'm gonna work on is creating some wireframes for my software architecture class. This is a little tricky because we're still in the planning stages of this project that we're working on. So we don't have anything designed so far for what the application is gonna look like. So I don't really know what to do. I'm just gonna have to figure out some sort of just basic base type wireframe that we can build upon as it goes on. This week, not too difficult for software architecture. These are the instructions. So collectively as a team, finalize an ERD of your project with tables, columns, data types, and relationships, yada, yada, yada. So one of my other teammates decided to take that task on. Mine is create rough wireframe mockups of user interface additions and changes of the sprint. So I just have to, kind of make a rough draft of it so far. And as we add stuff to our application and actually start building it, we'll be able to keep working on the wireframe and updating it. And then my other teammate is defining the project scope. And then we have roughly define and plan out 5 sprints, create the project scope document. So everything, like all of these different steps, we all talked about this. We all worked together to kind of figure out how we're gonna go about this. Like for example, the ERD, all 3 of us were talking about it. We didn't just make my one teammate come up with it all on their own. So we're all working on this together. I'm not really sure what software I should be using to make these wireframes. In the last class I had to make wireframes for, I was just using Paint. Yeah, they didn't turn out very good. They weren't very professional working, but they did what they needed to do for those specific assignments. These ones, I want to actually make them look more professional. So I've heard Figma is a really good software to use, but I don't know how to use that very well. It's like, I think you have to pay. Let me see. I made an account on here the other day, and I think you can do some stuff for free, but I don't know if I'm gonna be able to do enough. Gotta get logged in. Oh great, what even is my password? Ron, are you kidding me? What did I... All right, I'm in. So I've got a project started under the free projects, because you can have 1 free project, but it's saying only 2 free pages left. So what, we only get 3 free pages? I don't know if that's gonna be enough, because I don't know how many pages we're gonna have. I mean, for now it's probably fine to just use it, but I want to be able to share this to my team Slack channel so that way we can all kind of just work on it as we go along. But I don't know. I don't know if this is gonna work out. And also I'm still not entirely sure how to use Figma. I'm sure it's not that difficult. And when in doubt, what do? You go to YouTube and you find a tutorial, because honestly, there's so many good resources on YouTube. Sometimes I swear I learn more from YouTube than I even do school. How to Oh, look, I already looked it up. How to create a wireframe in Figma. Okay, let's go. Ooh, lots of different videos. Create a new design. Well, I've already done that. I've got my square. Sorry, I had to move you guys a little bit. So now I'm looking at different examples of wireframes, you know, on the internet. And I don't know. It's hard because I don't exactly know what the expectations for this is. Like, it needs to just be a very basic design. I don't know. I'm overthinking it. I'm just gonna find something that I feel like I can work with, and hopefully I can figure out how to get the look I want on Figma, because like I said, I haven't used Figma before. I mean, it seems decently easy to figure out, so I'm also not really sure how many wireframes I should make. I think maybe like 3 would be good for now. I don't know what the expectations are. Right now I'm just looking at different examples of like how I can make a wireframe look. I won't zoom in. Obviously we're gonna need a header, a footer. How do I move this? Is there an undo button in here? Or I'm getting cold. I need to get a sweatshirt. My arms are getting cold. You can never go wrong with a Vessel from Sleep Token hoodie. I wear this hoodie all the time. Some of you might recognize it. There we go, I feel so much better now. I'm going to research wireframes a bit more, try to come up with something decent because I do want this to look somewhat professional. Like I said, I'm not using paint again. I'm gonna try to do better this time. I finished the wireframes for now. They look pretty crappy, they're very basic, but it's supposed to be basic right now. We have no clue what we're doing with this thing, and as we progress with the project, we'll update the wireframes. I feel like it's so obvious that I didn't take user experience design yet. I mean, it's not a prerequisite for this class, but I could have taken it. I kind of wish I did because it would have been helpful right now, but for those of you who have been on my channel for a while now, you've heard me talk about this one instructor that I refuse to ever have again. Well, he teaches that class too, how convenient. So I'm going to have to wait until next semester to take user experience design because I'll be taking it at the new college I'll be going to. But honestly, I do have YouTube, you know, as a resource. So I'll be able to teach myself, I'll be able to work it out, it'll be fine. I'm gonna show the wireframe to my teammates tomorrow night in our meeting, you know, hear their feedback, see if they think I should change anything before we meet with the instructor on Friday morning. So I've got where the potential links will be for home, contact, and about pages. We don't know what pages we're gonna have. We don't know what we're doing. We're in the very beginning stages, and like I said, we're lost. We don't know what we're doing. But the point is just to have a basic design and then be able to build off of it as we progress with the project. So yeah, potential links. Then this just kind of represents all of the different potential elements we might have. And then obviously a footer, you know, we'll have that. So very basic, kind of looks crappy, but oh well, it's gonna have to do for now. I think it's time for a coffee break. Back. I got my coffee. My cup says coffee is my blood type. Nothing helps me study more than some coffee. I have this wedding cake flavored creamer in this, and that might not sound that great, but it is so good. I think it's the best one I've ever had out of the kinds you can get, you know, to use at home. Oh my goodness, this is heaven. Okay. I've been listening to Sleep Token while studying. I'm sure that's no surprise to those of you who have been here for a while. Sleep Token is my favorite band. I love them so much. Oh, my nose is so stuffy. I'm sick and I hate it. Let's see, what do I want to work on next? I know I have a bunch of videos to watch. I have some for software architecture. I think I'll go ahead and listen to those now. And then I gotta listen to some for advanced.net. And try to do some homework for that class as well. I am a bit ahead in that class, which is awesome. It's such a good feeling being ahead because, you know, the feeling of being behind is just terrible. I've talked about this in the past, but I used to have some major issues with procrastinating when it comes to school. Thankfully, it never actually affected my grade. My grades were still good. I still managed to do the work, but I'd end up doing the work on insane time crunches. So I'd be spending 16-hour days, if not more, studying and catching up on stuff because I would just let it get so bad. And I'm trying really hard not to allow myself to do that this semester. Like all of this stuff, I need to stay on top of this. I need to stay on top of this. I do not want that happening to me again. That's terrible. I'm confused about some of this homework for software architecture. This class has been kind of disorganized and none of the due dates are written down, so it's hard to always know when things are due. Like most classes have the due dates where you can see them. This one does not, so that's a little disorganized. I know the majority of things are due each Friday, but some of this stuff I'm like, when are you even due? All right, I reviewed the videos for software architecture. I feel like I'm in a pretty good spot with that class. This semester just started, so there wasn't really a ton to do with that class yet. Advanced.net time. I should show you guys kind of what I was working on before in the last assignment. Actually, I can't show you. Most of it is gone. So in the last assignment, we were working with Postman, and it was an assignment where, let me just go look at the instructions so I could tell you, instead of just trying to explain it on my own and probably end up making no sense. So it was a pretty basic assignment, just kind of introducing new concepts to us. So this assignment was very simple, just calling web APIs and then having to invoke from Postman using Git, using Post, that kind of stuff. And I ended up using kind of a cool API. Let me find it. For this assignment, we had to research different APIs and choose whichever ones we wanted to use. And I found this Pet Finder one, and I watched a video of someone on YouTube doing a tutorial walking through it, and they told me they literally found their dog this way, which I thought that was so cool. Huge animal lover, I love dogs. So that was kind of a wholesome story. So last week I did the first module, which was Introduction to Web APIs, and now module 2 this week is Invoking Web APIs, which, I mean, we did that in module 1, so I'm assuming we're going more in depth with it now. So looks like I've got quite a bit of readings and videos, probably an hour and a half worth of that. So I'm gonna get started on that. All right, now I'm working on a lab for Advanced.net. It says, in this lab, you will invoke the API calls to the movie database in Visual Studio using C#. These calls will be the same cells invoked in Postman in the 12.1 lab. Okay, let's do this. Believe it or not, it's actually been quite a while since I started filming this video. It was light out when I started and now it's dark. It's been a few hours and honestly, I didn't have to spend as much time today as I thought I was going to. Everything I did took me quicker than I was expecting, but like I mentioned earlier, this is the beginning of the semester, so I just don't have a ton that I have to do at this moment, which that's gonna change soon as things start picking up. But for now, I'm just gonna enjoy a little peace. Also, yes, I'm hunched over. I'm feeling kind of like Elle from Death Note because he's always hunched over. Yeah, that was super random. Side note, do any of you guys know how to make good thumbnails? Because mine have been significantly lacking and I don't really know what to do about it, especially since a lot of my videos are just me talking in a car. Like, how can I make a good thumbnail out of that? I have no idea. If any of you know anything about that, comment down below and let me know because your girl needs help. I don't know what I'm doing. I guess that kind of sums up the study vlog. If you guys enjoyed this video, let me know. I can make more videos like this. If you like this video, make sure that you leave a thumbs up. That helps with the YouTube's algorithm. And comment down below. Let me know your thoughts. I love hearing from you guys. It always makes my day. And if you're not already subscribed to me, consider subscribing. I make videos about my life as a college student like I did today, and I also make a lot of videos where I just sit down and talk about things that are on my mind. Thank you to everyone who continues to support me. You guys all mean the world to me, and I'll talk to you soon.